Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. This week I want to read you a series of Bible stories. Easter's coming up this Sunday, and I just want us to celebrate it in the special ways that we can, each in our own homes. So today I'm going to read you The Servant King, and this is out of the Jesus Storybook Bible. The Servant King. It was Passover, the time that God's people remembered how God had rescued them from being slaves in Egypt. Every year they killed a lamb and ate it. The lamb died instead of us, they would say. But this Passover, God was getting ready for an even greater rescuer. Jesus and his friends were having Passover meal together in an upstairs room. But Jesus' friends were arguing. What about? They were arguing about how stinky feet were. Stinky feet? Yes, that's right. Stinky feet. Let me show you guys the picture. They're arguing about stinky feet. Now, the thing about stinky feet back then was that people didn't wear shoes. They only wore sandals, which meant it might not sound unusual, except the streets those days were dirty. And I don't mean just dirty, I mean really stinky dirty. With all those cows and horses everywhere, you can imagine the stuff on the streets that ended up on their feet. So anyway, someone had to wash away the dirt. But who had to do this dreadful job? Who on earth would dream of volunteering to do it? Only the lowliest servant. I am not a servant, Peter said. Nor am I, said Matthew. Quietly, Jesus got up from the table, picked up a basin of water, that's like a bowl of water, knelt down and started to wash his friend's feet. You can't, said Peter. He didn't understand about Jesus was being the servant king. If you don't let me wash away the dirt, Peter, Jesus said, then you can't be close to me. Jesus knew what people needed most was to be clean on the inside. All the dirt on their feet was nothing compared to the sin on the inside of their hearts. Then wash me, Lord, Peter said, filling with tears in his eyes, all of me. One by one, Jesus washed everyone's feet. I am doing this because I love you, Jesus explained. Do this for each other. See, Jesus is being so humble, and he's washing all of his friends' dirty, dirty feet. Now, one of Jesus' friends who had made a bad plan, no one else knew what the bad plan was, but Jesus knew, and so did Judas. Judas was coming to get help was going to help the leaders capture Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Go, Judas, Jesus said. And Jesus got up from the meal, left the room, and walked into the night. Judas is going to do his bad plan. Then Jesus picked up some bread and broke it. He gave it to his friends. He picked up a cup of wine and thanked God for it. He poured it out and shared it. My body is like bread. It will break, Jesus told them. This cup of wine is like my blood. It will pour out. But this is how God will rescue the whole world. My life will break and God's broken world will mend. My heart will tear apart and your hearts will heal. Just as the Passover lamb died, so now I will die instead of you. My blood will wash away all of your sins and you will be clean on the inside, in your hearts. So whenever you eat and drink, remember, Jesus said, I've rescued you. Jesus knew it was nearly time for him to leave the world and go back to God. I won't be with you long. You are going to be very sad, but God's helper will come, and then you will be filled with the forever happiness that won't ever leave. So don't be afraid. You, my friends, I love you. And they sang their favorite songs and walked up to their favorite place, an Olive Garden. See, there's Jesus having a meal with his friends. So tomorrow we will read about the Olive Garden. I hope you guys have a great Monday. Bye.